Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too. Underground Gospel Radio.
I love it. We are back in the underground.
Yeah.
I love it, man. And I'm telling you right now, we got a crazy topic this morning.
Yeah.
We got a crazy topic. Oh, well, you know.
Yeah.
But we got a crazy topic that we're going to definitely expound on because it's one of those topics that a lot of people ain't talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ain't nobody talking about this because a lot of people do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are back in the underground, man. I'm telling you right now, I need y'all to go ahead and get your people in the building.
Come on in the building.
Let them know we are back in the underground, and I'm telling you right now, it's about to go down.
Yeah.
It's going down.
Yeah.
How you been doing, Big Win?
Hey, I'm doing good. I'm in production of my funny pants and looking for designs. It's going really well.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up.
I am going to have all sizes, but it's going to start off with 4s and 3s.
4s and 3s.
Yeah, and
that's
all I'm...
I said absolutely nothing.
And that's the problem because you're supposed to be my little sister that supports me.
I totally support you.
Lies. Anyway, go ahead, go around the table. And,
all right.
Yeah, I'm doing wonderful.
So, Angie, how's everything going?
It is amazing.
That's
it is
good.
Unbelievably amazing.
Well, you looking good today. You came prepared, huh?
Yes, sir. Representing.
This is me with my own hair.
Hello.
This is what I really am.
I'm like India Ari. I am not my hair.
Yeah, I know that's right.
Yeah.
She said
Cute, short, or long, it don't even matter.
It don't even matter.
Bro, what's going on?
Chilling, man.
You good?
Yeah.
Chilling. Always good.
Always.
That's good.
He's wilding out and shiny, y'all.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, we got a crazy topic today for everybody, man. I need y'all to go ahead and get your
How
people
you doing,
in the building.
man? You gonna tell us how you doing?
I'm doing actually really good.
Yeah,
I'm actually
man.
doing very well.
Yeah.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah, man.
I'm actually doing really well, and no complaints.
Yeah.
If I did, nobody listened anyway.
Right. Hey, I want to let you know I enjoy hanging with your daughters while you was out selling the fruit. They were very fun. Yeah, your daughter tried to out-joke me.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
She tried to crack on me.
Yeah.
I said,
ain't
you're
gonna
not
work.
doing good.
But that was good though. I like that because most times you can't find friends that actually can, really integrate with your kids, and it's hard to find people that you can trust around your kids.
Around your
I think
kids.
that's
Yeah, we
important.
were having good conversation.
Yeah.
We're talking about life, and I really enjoyed that. It really, really made me feel like, dang, I wish I had daughters.
Yeah.
I felt a little melancholy.
You just made a whole melancholy.
It's a dude that said that before.
Was funny.
Yeah, I'm feeling melancholy.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it was definitely dope, though, and I really enjoyed that. That's why I sat back and I was like, that it's very nice to see, because when Mario's around him, they get on Mario too. So they get on him. They just. But anyway, listen, let's go ahead and keep this thing rolling. Let's get to this topic, man. Listen, I'm your boy, Severus the artist. I'm your brother. I'm your nephew. I'm your cousin, but I ain't your daddy.
And I'm your boy, Big Win, your ultimate entertainer. Sometimes what I say, you might need to turn my mic off.
And I'm Lady Angie, and as always, I'm here for it, all of it.
All of it.
And it's your boy Mario, the silent assassin.
Yes, sir. And we already know Jesus is outside because the word of God is going up and it's coming down in the underground because Jesus is for everybody. I'm loving it. So definitely, let's go ahead and get to this topic, man. Let's go ahead and make sure.
I can't wait.
So the topic,
this is a family favorite.
You know what? A family favorite? Yeah. Oh my gosh. So listen, let's get to the topic. So the topic is cursing versus curses. Cursing versus curses. And topic direction, the effect and effect it has on your spiritual growth. So we already know that, cursing we know a lot about because it's something that everybody does. It does
Everybody.
not. Everybody. It
Yeah,
does not.
yeah.
It does not jump over a generation, or it does not jump over a gender. It does not jump over who you are, or a title, or anything of that nature. It's something that everybody does.
Yeah.
So we're definitely going to, like I said, we're going to take the gloves off on this season,
we're gonna
man.
take everything off on this.
And we're just going to basically be in the underground.
Yeah.
And you know what? Side note, a lot of people, I had quite a few questions like, why would you call it underground? And, I really want to, not that I have to answer that, but it's really what it is. It's underground, where everybody is on stages. Everybody is on a platform. Everybody is on something above, above somebody.
Right.
So definitely this radio station and this podcast is definitely built for an underground conversation about Christianity, about, our Christian lifestyle, about about struggles, about something that a lot of people do not discuss in a pulpit area.
Right.
So, and that's pretty much what it's designed for. It's not that it's, trying to hide God, or trying to hide our Christianity, or trying to hide what we believe in.
Right.
But what we do is we take the gloves off and we're saying, hey, I'm imperfect just like you're imperfect.
Yes.
And if I can believe, I know you can believe. If I can change, I know you can change. If I can go through things and come out bright and the right way, I know you can do it.
Right.
So this is what
we're
it's
not
designed.
hiding.
Yeah, not hiding at all.
Yeah.
Not hiding. But definitely, let's get into this topic, man. Cursing versus curses. I have a few scriptures. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm just going to tell you what it is. Y'all guys can, who's listening, and everybody could go and do their own research and definitely think of that. However, I'm going to start off with the Bible does not speak of the exact words. However, the meaning behind them, or the pursuit of them, it does not speak on exactly profanity. It does not speak on exactly the exact cuss word or cursing, but it does speak highly of the curses on your life. It does speak a lot on that. And however, we have 2 Timothy 2:16, but shun profane and vain babbles, for they will increase unto more ungodliness. That's 2 Timothy 2:16. So the more you speak unclean or shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase unto more ungodliness. So the more you actually talk in cursing or profanity or negative, it becomes ungodly. James 3:10, out of the same mouth proceeded blessings and cursing. My brethren, these things ought not to be. These things are not to be. That's James 3:10. Like I said, I'm going to just put the scriptures out there. And Psalms 19:14, which is my favorite. One of my let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart. Listen, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. So in those three scriptures, I have more, but in those three scriptures is literally talking about what comes out of the mouth, and what comes out of you, period. Whether it's evil, good, profane, profanity. It does, like I said, the meaning of words change according to the situation, according to the pursuit of what it's actually set out to do. So if you curse at me, it's speaking evil and it's speaking angry into another person's life, which changes the dynamic either of the relationship, it changes the dynamic of the situation, it changes the dynamic of the everything, and it also changes the dynamic of your character in that situation. So if you want to be seen one way and if you want to be seen another way, then this is the language that you don't need to use. You don't need to use profanity because of the simple fact that it draws evil energy, it draws angry, it draws so much from the side of not positive. It doesn't draw a positive situation in your area. So now let's continue, and I'm gonna go ahead and go around the table. The Bible does not teach the words of profane or evil in their own right. It depends on how they are used and what effect It has. The Bible does teach the words are important and have tremendous impact among others. So that's what it's an effect that you get behind what you speak. And then therefore, if it's an effect, then it's an effect that can actually diminish relationships.
Yeah.
That can diminish situations. That can diminish, connections. And therefore, when speaking these things and when speaking out of turn, and I think that's out of turn, me personally, in my opinion, because that's out of character. That's out of who you that's out of who you are in the first place. That's out of who you trying to become. You understand? So if you and the way you speak is who you are. In so many words. So here, before passing it around the table, because I know we're going to have a great conversation with this. I do want to say that cursing is one that relieves you, but the curse is the one that binds you.
Yes, sir.
That's good.
So understand that cursing is what relieves you.
Right. And when we say cursing, we tell you it's cussing.
It's cussing.
Okay. Because some people think when we say cursing is when you're damning someone.
Yes.
We're saying cussing.
Cussing.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The fluent of the tongue and the fluent the fluent that you flippity bleepity bleep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
These are things that relieves you because it's used as an expression. It's used as a way of not acting the way you want to act. Because now if I really, really wanted to, I could definitely
go there.
I can go there. But because I want to express how angry I am, or how this situation or anything that was brought to you affected me, I need to express. You understand? So this is how I express by cussing in the situation. So now, and also with the curses, these are things that'll bind you. And also, I think the Bible doesn't speak about that, but I believe there is a link to cussing that actually really generates a curse or of some sort. It don't have to be an actual damnation curse, but it actually has some type of curse on your life when you actually start to talk like that. So what do you guys think?
Well, I'll start it off. One of the things that when you was talking, it popped in my mind. It's easier to keep doing what you're used to doing than to change it. It's easier for you to keep cussing. It becomes a part of your everyday vocabulary. But it's when you try to change it is when it becomes hard to you. But the thing that came to me was Proverbs 18:21. The tongue, let me get King James. Death and life lies in the power of the tongue.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing that we have to understand is what you speak out. You can either speak life or death. And by you cussing or cursing someone, you're speaking death upon them. You're speaking, words into someone's life. So you have to be extra careful about what you say and how you say it. But we get so comfortable with saying anything, not realizing that we're really speaking damnation upon other people's life.
I think, with cussing, it's like I said, it's a form of expression, and it's one of those things that, we as Christians and believers have to be mindful of. It's not to say that, one ain't gonna slip.
It ain't gonna happen.
One ain't gonna, come out, in a situation, you hit your, and I've had many situations. Listen, on the corner where the couch is, you ain't paying attention. You got a good meal, and you mess around and hit, and something slide on your plate.
You don't yell. Thank you, Lord.
You don't put it out there as you're going. That's going to be the first thing you say. That's going to be the first thing. So I believe that we need to show ourselves a little bit more grace when it comes to being able to be, how can you say, delivered from that type of tongue or separated from that type of tongue. Because a lot of us have situations where we say but ain't yet delivered.
A little hood and a little holy.
Amen. I'm over here.
A little hood and a little holy.
I'm here.
There you go.
And let me say this. Now my involvement back with Bennett College, and when you mentioned the underground, I'm gonna touch upon all of it. what I explained to them, everyone above that want to know, hey, why is underground, sir?
Yeah.
And my explanation was my explanation, and I mean it, and I stand for it.
Absolutely.
And it's simple. You said one thing, but people don't understand. There is an underground to everything.
Absolutely.
There's a necessity for an underground for everything. And things that are underground that before the American Revolution, before we was building hotels, the most vital things were under the building.
Under the building,
your
that's right.
to get your steam.
That's it.
Your water line, your pipe.
Yes.
There are things and people that work beneath the lower part of a submarine. They're the most important people. And what happens is they're not the ones that you will see a bunch of stripes and awards on their chest.
That's right.
So therefore, there's a different mindset of people that work underground.
That's right. That's right.
In the lower level of the hotel, they're the ones that where every time you get clean laundry in a hotel, go to the underground.
That's right.
That's where it gets clean.
That's right.
And you will see a lot of different people in the underground.
Yeah.
In a submarine, no one gets saluted.
That's right. That's
who
right.
works in the underground of a submarine.
And
the reason why I signed on to this is because I have been above ground.
Me too.
I have been in every pulpit.
Yes, me too.
I have had every title.
Yeah.
And I have never been able to be myself.
Woo, talk
until
about
I
it.
was able to go to the underground.
Yes.
And talk to people that believe the same thing, have the same credentials.
Yes.
But we have to be able to talk about things in our way.
And that's right. That's right.
And the reason why even the students at Bennett, what they will learn this year is the religion and philosophy.
Okay.
And the reason why I'm saying religion and philosophy, because what we're talking about, he said from the power of tongue. You can curse, you can cuss, but it doesn't mean that you're not saved.
That's right.
But what it also says, out of the mouths of babes.
That's it.
Now, y'all always use that when a child tells the truth.
That's right.
About something innocently.
Yeah.
But guess what? If that same child curse, you're not saying that child's going to hell.
Yeah.
It's just that what that child heard, it repeated.
Yeah.
And here at the underground, what we basically want to say is there are things we heard.
That's right.
From church teaching, and we never dissected it.
Yeah.
So y'all need to meet us in the underground.
That's
where
right.
Where there's no titles.
There's no titles. That's right.
There's no stripes on our chest or
That's right.
awards.
That's right.
And we can discuss it in a real way.
That's right.
And then that way, because we say Jesus outside,
that's right.
when we leave from the underground, we can effectively talk to the people that y'all who are above ground, in the pews, in the choirs, in the pulpits. Y'all won't say it like we won't say it. That means you won't be effective.
Woo! That's nice. I like that.
And the reason why people are church hurt is because they are effective. Because you not being effective.
Ooh, that's good.
I'm finished.
Let me see.
That's right.
Good.
Because
I love it.
Sometimes people challenge titles of what we're saying.
Yeah.
And it's real simple.
Yeah.
It's real simple. We want to go into, it says go into your secret closet. Okay, this is our closet.
Yeah.
And it just so happened to be underground.
That's right.
And it's not that no one else is welcome. We're going to come here. We're going to talk the way we need to talk.
Yeah.
With the knowledge and wisdom that we have.
Yeah.
And we're going to leave from, our button says B, basement.
B, that's right.
Another one says U.
Yeah.
UG, underground. Go to a fanciest hotel.
That's right.
Go to every cruise ship.
Yes.
And you got a B, that's the basement.
That's right.
And you got a UG.
That's right.
That's underground. That ship and that hotel cannot.
Operate.
Will not operate without a UG level.
That's it. I love it.
So therefore, if anybody question me, that's the answer.
That's the answer. Yeah.
Our grandmothers was our underground.
Underground. That's right.
Our uneducated granddaddies. That's our UG.
That's right. That's right.
That person, that wino that gave you wisdom. I don't know about y'all in Baltimore. That's my UG.
That's right. That's
not
right.
Reverend so-and-so at Shallow Baptist who they found out he's this, that, and the other. Now we all ran away from church. But that wino, that thing, Thunderbird out that bottle, everything he said still applies today.
Yeah, today.
But I don't want to hear what Reverend so-and-so said because he got caught in this, that, and the other. So, I believe the reports that I received.
That's right.
From some people in places y'all don't want to go to.
I agree. I agree. I agree. He laid it down, didn't he?
Yeah, because I don't mind people questioning anything and what we do, but I'm gonna give you an answer. Like I said, I do answer comments.
Absolutely.
And sometimes.
Drink your Pepsi. Don't do it.
I about to flush it.
Yes, he was.
But I look at the underground. And I think like I said, I don't look at the title itself, but I think we're able to reach people that, like you said earlier, the pulpit can't.
That's
because
right.
The church is not. I hate to say it, but I'm honest. The church is not reaching those that it needs to reach.
Yeah,
we're preaching to the same ones that's been sitting there 5 years, 10 years. You're not having these real conversations. And that's what leave a lot of young people lacking because they don't have these conversations or how to keep going or whatever. Back in the day, old people, would sit down and tell you, baby, listen, I stayed with him, but he ain't always did right.
Right.
Or I stayed with her and she ain't always, did right. You don't have those conversations. So when it comes to the underground, it gives enlightenment to those that where the church is not talking. Conversations that is not talked about. Things that they don't know, that they need to know. Like I said, so much financial literacy, personal literacy, different things that the church is afraid to talk about because they don't want to lose the dollar.
Right.
But instead of worrying about the dollar, you should be worrying about the soul.
The soul.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what the underground comes in effect as, because that's what we're here to teach you about.
That's right.
Everything that the pulpit won't teach you, we ain't afraid to tell you
we're
about.
Not afraid. And we're not afraid to tell you what affect life.
Right.
Yes.
When it be life.
Yes.
What effect it has on us.
Yes. Yes.
We're not afraid to be transparent.
That's right. That's
but
right.
the people above ground, they don't. They can't lose members.
They can't lose members.
They can't, and because they're being
and they
politically
can't lose
correct.
face value.
They can't. No,
they cannot lose face value.
No.
That's a big thing.
Yeah,
they can't lose face value.
No.
That's the only thing they want to protect, and they will do anything and everything to protect that face value.
And see, when you protect your title more than you protect your integrity, then you when you die, everyone's going to say they miss Reverend so-and-so and Bishop so-and-so.
Oh, yeah.
But there won't be a person who was hooked on crack that now can't find salvation because see, it's some people who are hooked and downtrodden, and they have a particular person that's an underground type person. When that underground person dies, now they're not going to go to a church. They're not looking for another person with a title. Nowadays, when like let's say Bishop G.E. Patterson passed away, it's a lot of people that was looking for another
G.E. Patterson. Right.
And that's not good.
That's not good.
Because they should be able to find people like us who learn from a G.E. Patterson.
That's right.
But they don't want to come to the underground. See, that kind of stuff makes me...
I agree.
Wow.
That's what's wrong.
But the thing about it, even what you were saying, and I looked at Angie when I said it, but the thing about the underground that I love is because we give you the good, the bad, the ugly. We give you happy, sad. We give you our emotions and all.
Right. We done all cried in here.
Like I said, we all done shed tears. Even when we talk about death and different things, we tell you the real reality of how it affects us. Church don't tell you that.
No.
Church tell you, baby, why you still crying? They've been gone 2 years.
Yes.
Your hurt and my hurt ain't the same.
That's right.
And there's people in this world that have their everyday hurt that they're living with.
Yes,
that the underground is telling them it's okay to have their hurt and keep going.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about it is it's so many people out there in the world that needs this.
Right.
Needs this type of setting to keep going. Right. It's not just for the four of us or the few listeners we have now, but it's for those that ain't even tapped in yet, because this right here is going to be greater than what we can even imagine, because people need this.
Yeah, and church folks still want me to hurry up and get married. That means they're not trying to get to know me. They don't try to get to know why it's not a good idea for me.
You know what?
They don't want me as a man to say, here's why it ain't a good idea. But you're such a good man. But wait a minute. I want to be good to whoever I marry.
Right.
You won't let me tell you exactly why. Oh, I ain't gonna be good.
Yeah.
Do you know how many, how many churches have affected people's relationship
Let me tell you something.
in
I
marriages?
know my close
Do you
friend.
understand that is one of the main and prominent reasons of divorcing and why relationships does not, and you would think that, hey, go to church, you got your wife, you got your children, these are the settings, but they push that on your life, not, and like you said, not knowing who you are.
Right, because they don't have this conversation.
They don't have that conversation.
Dear friend that was engaged to a preacher. The pastor talked that preacher into saying, "You sure she's gonna be a good first lady?" So he did not marry her. He married another woman, then became a pastor. But I believe she's a great woman.
Okay.
He married another woman. Now he's a pastor. So he really followed the other pastor who ain't married.
Okay. Wow.
The other pastor that ain't married
Yeah.
told him, don't marry her. So then he married the other woman. Now he's a pastor of another church. So he used his calling and to be able to get a pastor and listen to the advice of a non-married pastor.
Wow.
So she's single. He married to another woman. He pastoring, and the other pastor still pastoring and not married.
Wow.
That's
terrible.
what make people in church cuss. I ain't gonna lie.
Lady Angie, what's going on? She has not said
She is
a word.
quiet.
It's almost like she's taking everything in. But I did, while y'all was talking, I did have that link that I was saying. It's somewhere as a link, and it's called Strongholds, that you would link cursing and curses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a stronghold.
Yeah.
It just kind of clicked on me.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we don't think about that.
Yeah.
Because of the simple fact, I think a lot of people be in denial of strongholds.
That's true.
Yeah. I think.
And a lot of people, their only way of fighting is not physical, it's verbal. Yeah. So cussing makes a small person feel bigger and stronger.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a lion when it loses its teeth.
Yeah.
Its roar is louder.
Right.
It's intimidating. So basically, the lion, when it's at its weakest, it's cussing.
Yeah.
But when it's strong and fast, it has no need.
Yeah.
Come on, somebody.
Yeah.
It has no need to cuss. See,
Yeah.
when you have a good mindset, forget school, you got a good mindset, you could just speak few words.
Right.
And you are strong. But when you're weak and scared,
Yeah.
you got to cuss to look different. Yeah. Lady Angie better say something. If not, I'm going in the back somewhere and get a wig.
Listen,
I don't know. I'm going to get a wig.
Glue it up there.
The short one with the curls.
I think we all have our own struggles. And it's ironic because I was literally sitting here thinking that one of the biggest generational curses that we deal with are the strongholds.
Yes.
And then you said what you said. So I was like, okay, yeah, we're lined up. I think one thing, everything that you all have said, I agree with. The one thing I do not agree with, I do not agree that we all have the same vice. I do not agree that everybody curses. I think there really are some people that's just not part of their.
I agree.
Their speak.
Yeah.
They don't. They didn't learn that way. They didn't experience that. So that's not what they do. But they have their own vices. So going back to the subject that you all were having about the underground, I think it's interesting and it's enlightening to find out that you have people that are going through what you're going through. The same vices, the same struggles, the same issues, the same concerns, and you are still in love with God. And God is still in love with you. And you're not perfect.
I like
and I
that.
think it needs to be said outside of the church and in the church that you're not going to be perfect. You're going to strive for perfection because you're going to strive to be Christ-like.
Yeah.
But you're never going to be quote-unquote perfect. Because even if you're doing everything right, if you're judging,
That's still wrong.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
So when you said strongholds, I'm like, that's it. Because cursing, I think, is a stronghold. I think people come from generations of strongholds. And whatever it is, it continues and continues until it doesn't. So it's in our power to stop it. It does not mean we're going to perfect it and we're never going to do it.
Right.
But we're going to make it less and less and less until it disappears from our generation.
Yeah. I like that because it just clicked. It's just one of those things. It's like, wow, that's the connection with curses and cussing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like that stronghold that a lot of topics are not dealing with strongholds. Because a lot of people have become comfortable with their stronghold. They've learned to cope with their stronghold.
And it's their conversation.
And it's their conversation.
Some people, if they're not talking about what's wrong, they have nothing to talk about.
Right.
My
homegirl Shonda said when we had something on the morning show, she said sometimes when people cuss, they don't realize that they curse themselves while they're cussing because they diminished who they are.
Right.
And you're absolutely, and I think Lady Andrews said something like that.
Yeah, she was listening. She was listening to Lady Angie.
Yeah, so
she finally. And Shonda, that's my girl. She's hilarious. But everything Lady Angie says, it's like T.D. Jake said it. You know.
I love you too, Shonda.
Yeah. Shonda, she quotes Lady Angie. And when she was quoting it, and she made the comment that even the way you said I'm a giver, but people hurt me. She said I started hurting because she is also a giver.
Yeah.
And what makes Shonda cuss is when the people that she gave to. So sometimes the very thing when you put out love. When you don't reciprocate, you kept using that word reciprocate. So it's like now, it's funny. What's they call when people they all read the same book club.
Yes.
So now I got to sit down and talk to Shonda about the Angie Club.
The Angie Club.
Yeah, so it's the Angie Club. So it's important that a lot of us, and I'm guilty, and everybody that know me, sometimes I'm a very clean comic. But at the same time, if I have to use profanity, I tell churches, and I'm gonna tell the church I'm gonna preach it next Sunday. I said the reason why I'm not a pastor because I cuss.
And that's the truth.
I say it everywhere I go. And because I'm still hood, and
why was that funny, man? That is funny. I
don't even know why y'all laughed, but
but I know you're serious.
I am so serious. See, there are preachers who have been used to, especially the Baptist church, the Robert's Rule of Order. When the church can decide they don't like what you said this Sunday, they can call you on a Wednesday. And you meet, and the deacons can cuss at you. Kind of like in business and management, your people below you can cuss up. But as a manager, you can't cuss down. Well, I don't believe in that. Nor can I believe when deacons and members can cuss at a preacher, call him or her all kinds of names, and you can't cuss back. See, that's what, when I say I cuss, what I'm basically saying is you're not going to swing at me. And I don't swing back. You're not going to try to belittle me. And because I'm called, I can't handle that. I don't think I'll be delivered to that point.
Right.
So people want pastors that they can cuss at, and at the same time, come fix my wounds.
Right.
And the reason why we have that is why we have marriages that's falling apart, because we got men that can cheat on a woman, beat a woman, but when he's sick, she better make him some soup. No, I don't believe in that. You just called her a bee. You should never want to make love to that bee.
Right.
And she should never want you to hold her because you called her a bee.
That's right. That's diminishing.
That's what the word did. That cuss.
That's right. This did. Yes.
We live in a world where people always condemn the act And if you react, they condemn the reaction.
That's it.
But they don't acknowledge the action.
Right.
So you did something and I reacted, and I'm wrong.
And because
but
of my
wrong.
because of my position,
such a good point.
But because I'm the
pastor.
Okay.
Yeah. You can yell at the pastor.
Yeah.
Pastor, go to hell. And I got to say, well, praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord, baby. Praise the Lord.
No, we all going to hell.
We all going to fight now.
Yeah. We all going.
Yeah.
One might be going before the other.
I know
Yeah.
I'm taking you with me.
Yeah, yes, indeed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
But
my gosh.
listen to the Win talk. You know, you said a whole lot of good things when you were saying, because you made me think about the cussing pastor that everybody ridiculed real bad.
Right.
But if you listen to him, sometimes he makes sense with some of the things he says. Though
It's just that we are because he is cussing, and because he calls himself the cussing pastor, we don't want to hear him because we're offended by his words.
right.
Wait, there's a cussing pastor.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it is. It's a cussing pastor.
And
Wait,
he tells
there's really a cussing pastor.
Yeah.
Oh, you have never heard the cussing pastor?
Yeah.
I
Look
thought
up
y'all was
cussing
saying
pastor.
a figurative term.
No, he
He's a
actually
cussing
cuss.
pastor.
He's a
No,
pastor, and he
yeah.
just cuss.
Yeah.
Now I ain't gonna say he's.
I don't. What I have a problem with is that to
That
me
is
he's
funny.
offending kids.
Yeah,
that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna
Because
say.
I don't like when
he's-
parents
Yeah.
who think
Curse
it's
at
cute
children.
to be
I don't
cursed.
like
Sit
that.
your no.
Yeah.
You don't talk to no child like
No.
that because number one, I have a dog that if I'm yelling, remember I told you the other
Yeah,
day I
yeah.
saw something and I get to yelling.
Yeah.
My dog, who's a big 100-pound
Yeah.
pit bull, because he don't hear me yell, he running because he think he did something wrong.
Did
Yes.
something wrong.
To him, he got offended by me being upset. I could yell at a football game.
Right.
So I'm real calm and quiet in the house because I don't want to offend my dog.
I love
right.
So how do y'all yell at your children?
Yell at
You could tell them sit down. You could tell them sit down 10 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you still ain't got to cuss. Now
Right,
go over
right,
there. Go
right.
over there and jack them up or sat them down. But see, what happens is I grew up thinking that a person, especially an adult, that curse, the next thing they do is fight.
That is.
Yeah.
So I keep thinking that if you cursing,
Yeah.
you a step away from swinging.
Fighting. That's true.
So
I do believe that's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, but yeah, the cussing pastor. Like I said, I agree with you what you said about him, because at first it wasn't as bad, but now, like I said earlier, the more you say something, the more it becomes more of your everyday talk.
That's
Right.
And that's
right.
what it has become with him. Now it's like, at first it was a little concern. Now he just don't care because he's being ridiculed and different things. So now he just go overboard.
He goes overboard
He
for the
goes
likes
over-
now.
right,
He's doing it. He's
yeah.
doing it. But he was basically the type person where I am keeping it 100
Right.
with you.
Right.
And I have another issue with adults thinking that now that their kids are 18, their way of keeping them 100 is to curse. You
No.
still don't need to
Yeah,
curse with your kid.
yeah.
My mother died never hearing me curse.
That's right.
And she used to joke, Wendell, say sugar honey iced tea.
That's so fun.
Wait a
Say
minute. Your
sugar
mama
honey.
used to tell
That
you
is
that?
so
Yeah, because
funny.
my brother cursed around my mother.
Wow.
Oh no, I couldn't do
Yeah.
that. I
yeah,
couldn't
I
do
couldn't
that.
do it.
Never.
Yeah, I
I
couldn't
couldn't
do
even
that.
order a drink around my mama.
No.
And I was sitting up there 35, 40 years old.
Listen. You're
Yeah.
right.
Let me get a Sprite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Put a lemon in it. That was just in some
Doctor
rum.
it up a little bit. yeah, just to drip a little bit of
Yeah.
Yeah,
So funny.
But I think a lot of times with cussing, like you said, that curses and diminish
It
and
does.
really strips
It
a
does.
person down.
It does.
And that's a form, and that's the link. That's
Right.
the link. With cursing versus
Cursing is
cursing.
damaging.
It's
It
very
does. It is.
damaging.
It is.
And the fact that we as believers can really throw it out there
Yeah.
with no type of self-awareness and self-effective.
Right.
And I want to ask everybody a question. How do, in your own words, how do cussing affect spiritual growth? It don't have to be you personally, but how do you see it affects and affect spiritual growth as
As an individual.
as individuals?
See, that's where I'm a problem.
I think it stunts your spiritual growth.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that it doesn't make you evil or make you whatever. You're just human. But I do think it stunts your growth because all of the scriptures that you just shared
Yes,
pretty
yes.
much said that profanity leads into more ungodliness. That's stunting your growth. Profanity ought not to be. That means it's wrong. It's not building you up spiritually. Whatever you say, you want it to be acceptable. So when I think about speaking, I always ask myself, would I say this in the presence of God? Would I say this in the presence of my parent? Would I say this in the presence of God? And if it is not something I would say in the presence of God, I won't say it. Now, sometimes when we're angry, we don't have that process going on, and it just comes out. But if you're just in general conversation with your buddy and your profanity is on 10 and you're supposed to be living for God, you're off task. And it's not a judgment. It's just you have to realize that that is coming out of you. And if those words are coming out of your heart, they're coming out of everything that God lives in, because he lives within us. Do you want to send that out from the source where he lives? That entire twisted experience has to take something away from your growth.
I like that answer. It's Big Win. I think he has a objection to
the problem
He's like,
is,
it's all true, but I don't care. But what I'm
I
saying
can honestly
is,
say everything she said is true.
yeah.
And for me, I don't use profanity in conversations with buddies because I have a very strong, no, not really that. I have a strong take on the English language.
you can articulate what you need to say without profanity.
Without profanity.
Yes.
But at the same time, there are times when I don't have high blood or nothing. And I think it's because I cuss. Now, it's a shame that I'm saying this.
That is why his health is well.
Yeah, I
my
mean,
blood pressure is wonderful because I curse.
But I don't cuss like that.
Yes.
But at the same time,
you don't cuss to diminish people.
No,
cuss
I don't cuss. I don't cuss out people.
It is a release.
Right.
At times.
Yeah.
But I guess what I'm saying is, I guess what I'm saying is, that preacher that got caught with a man. Most people said they don't have really a problem with it unless he was a preacher that got up and talked about homosexuality. Y'all understand what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
People who get caught doing something,
the exact same sin they preach
against.
Hypocritical.
So that's why I let people know I cuss. That's my way of saying.
Right.
Even though
I'm
saying, if you hear one, don't be shocked. Don't be shocked because I told you.
Yeah, I told you.
So when I say what I say, it's a get out of jail free. It's a disclaimer.
It's a disclaimer.
But at the same time, I don't agree with cursing.
Right.
I don't. If someone asks, what is the biggest turnoff when you're meeting a woman?
It's cursing.
Yeah. It's
I'm the same way. If a woman, 50 mouth like that. No.
Yeah, I told you, this young lady. You know what? I like so. I'm trying to meet you. I F's with you.
Oh wow.
That's her way of saying I like you.
Yeah.
You F's with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not.
Now I done got scared of you.
No, you don't.
No, I'm scared now.
With me.
I feel I am real.
No, we're not. No.
I started clutching my pearls.
I know. You like Eddie Murphy with the $200 on the dresser.
I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
Now I'm scared of you.
Now I'm scared of you. Right. Wow.
Is she a thug?
Yeah. Pretty much.
What's your take on spiritual growth of?
I mean, I think it does affect your spiritual growth. Like I said, it's a difference in using it every day and sometimes slipping.
Yeah.
I think, if it's someone that uses it every day, it affects you because that becomes your norm.
Yeah.
Like I just said, even about the cussing pastor, it's norm now. So you don't expect no difference from him.
Or any better.
Yeah, or any better from him. But a real person, you should have a better vocabulary than to just say cuss words all the time.
Right.
Me personally, I can only say for me, I was raised around it. My
Me
father,
too.
it wasn't a sin that came out his mouth that it didn't or whatever until he became of God, and then and then he cut it back or whatever until he eventually stopped. So it's the same way. It's part of who you become, and if you don't change it, it can affect, because like you said, then it's easier for me if you do one thing wrong to me. It's easy for me to call and cuss you out because it's a part of what I've grown to like.
See, I don't do nothing like that.
But me, it's more so of I try not to whatever. Like I said, like we all said, I'm not perfect, so it once it slips. But at the end of the day, I do feel like it affects where you go at, because eventually, I ain't Big Win. I don't feel like in the pulpit it should be as open as it's gotten to now.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of preachers use it, and a lot of people say certain words because it's in the Bible. That excuses you of saying that when in reality you're not using it in that form.
Right.
So I feel like it really can affect, because you have some people, like Angie said, that was not raised around it.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like that can be harmful to me to hear that.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful with it. So I feel like it really does stunt your growth in God, because you become so comfortable where you are, and it becomes a part of it, and you say more of it.
Yeah.
And the irony is, in my family, the women in the family are the cussers.
Oh wow!
And you know what?
And because I got so used to it, that's why I don't want to cuss at women.
Yeah.
Because they'll be cussing about something that they're not even mad. So I'm saying, so why'd you use that one?
General conversation.
Just general conversation.
Yeah,
and that's scary because I can't. You can't be soft to me if you cuss like that.
Yeah.
You're going to get your thug.
You're like, I can't handle thug.
I can't handle thug.
He's scared.
You scared of Shanae from the hood?
Yes, I is. Yes,
I'm going to tell you what I think is absolutely positively off the table, and I know people use it, but if you use God's name in vain, don't even say that in my presence, because that is the violation of all that is good.
My brother says he's saying G-O-T.
I don't care. Don't make it close, because if you do, I'm going to say something. And then I hate for people to say, they'll literally say that they're talking about themselves, and they'll be like, I'll be deed. You just literally said a whole curse. Like a
on
curse,
yourself.
Like a curse on yourself.
Don't
do that, dummy. Take it back. I literally am like, take it back.
Yeah. When we were kids, I never forget, everybody used to, if I told you I made that shot and you say no, I didn't, first thing we always say, I swear to God.
I swear to God.
Yep, that's the other one.
My grandmother, I don't know where she was.
That was a beating right there.
Down the street.
She showed
What'd
up.
you say?
You swear to what?
Yeah.
Nothing.
That was a beating right there.
And that was our way of saying, and that was a learned behavior.
Yeah.
And it was what you hear.
That's right.
So most people that lied all the time always say, I swear to God. And then it became on all my children, on my mama.
And I be looking at them like, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that on our mama. Don't do that on
So cursing is a punctuation.
It is.
And an accent point for a lot of people.
That's right.
Because they don't know any other word.
That's right.
But a curse is what I'm still bugging off of.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people got to understand two things about life. You can't control what you didn't create.
Well, talk about it then.
So you can't curse me because you ain't create me.
That's right.
Well, listen at that. Well, listen at it.
I like that.
I know that's
it's
right.
the cucumbers.
I like
he ain't share.
I like
that he did not share.
Did not.
Or his chicken.
Yeah.
What them other 4 pieces?
Now, see, even though y'all didn't use any profanity,
you still feel
I feel
attacked.
See, petty need to be a cuss word.
No.
If so,
listen, all us would be in trouble.
We'd be going below the underground. Yeah.
But I think, my take on the spiritual growth is, when using, and I love the analogy that Angela gave, with being able to use the word cursing and things of that nature, where it comes out of the same place that you worship.
Yeah.
That has to have some type of effect and affect to your spiritual. To your spirituality, because that's where a scripture comes to mind where you praise me with your lips, but your heart is far from me. That's where that comes from, to me, because if I use the same mouth that I worship with or use the same, the words or whatever, these are things that really can affect you spiritually and affect you, emotionally. And, that's why a lot of things have played into what we call our spirituality and Christian lifestyle, because we have adopted these behaviors. We have adopted those type of ways to incorporate into our daily life. We already it's already a struggle to really keep our mind stayed on Christ. You know what I'm saying? It's already a struggle as it is. And that's just being 100. That's just keeping it 100. Every day it's just one of those struggles. So to bring a language, and add a language to that, lifestyle, and to add a pursuit that really can affect you spiritually. That can affect you when you fall on your knees. Now I got to start with repentance, instead of worship. I got to start with repentance, because a carnal mind, that's what is reflective in our prayer, in our worship, in our praise, in everyday life. That carnal mind is now have that right away now, because we've brought that into we've adopted that behavior.
Mario said something earlier. He said sometimes it would slip. I was in junior high school, and evidently a teacher heard me curse in the hallway, and I wasn't even a curse. This dude pushed me, and so I called him something. So she called my mother. So I told my mother it slipped. She said, "Well, why didn't you yell out something in Spanish or French?" And my mother's 6 feet tall. I wanted to say something real, because I knew I was going to get a whooping in it.
Yeah, you already do. So you go ahead
and
said,
I'm going to ask you again, why didn't something slip that's French or from Spanish? And I knew the answer was because I don't know Spanish or French. So like a dummy, I said, because I didn't know that word is. Before I finished, she knocked me.
Oh, baby.
She didn't.
I felt it coming.
Knowing all I had to do was say, because that's not in me. That bad word was in me.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know the real reason why I didn't want to admit that part?
Because mom taught me.
No, because I thought my mother was going to
got knocked out.
No, I knew she was gonna. I was gonna get it because she called. Because my mother, she was divorced and still mad and bitter. That she was gonna blame my dad. For me cussing. Okay. So I was willing to take a knockout
instead of blaming.
Because I know she's gonna say, "You got that from your father," and my father was not the cusser, but his brothers were. But she would have never believed me. So even in that moment when I knew, that's why I knew I was loyal. I said, she is going to make this worse than what it is. I didn't get this from my father. And she knew that my brother, who was in the 9th grade, cussed all the time.
Wow.
But she wasn't going to blame my brother. But I knew. But after the whooping, she said, yeah. And for the next 2 weeks, you're not going to go see your father.
Oh, here we go.
I knew it was going to happen. So that's another thing that cursing did for me.
Yeah.
People got to understand some of the bad habits that we pick up as children. Parents, it is not the person you hate.
That's right.
It could have come from you.
There you go.
Or these streets.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to say, because even as a kid, it's easy to pick up, even if it's not in your home.
It's not in your home.
Because like we said earlier, it makes you seem more powerful.
Right.
It
does. If you can say certain stuff as a kid, it makes you feel like, if I can cuss you out.
Right. Then we ain't got to fight.
Right. I can tell you off and I can say different things.
Yeah.
But a lot of times it's because of who the kids hang around. Also, because like I said, even some kids, like Angie said, it wasn't a part of her life. But that doesn't mean it may not be a part of her kids' life. Because they may hang around someone that it's a part of their everyday vocabulary.
But my mother was the one that cursed in the house.
Yeah.
I never heard my dad.
Yeah.
She wasn't gonna blame herself.
Oh yeah.
But my problem was years later. I was like in my 30s. She said, "What did you call that boy?" I said, "Punk." She said, "That ain't no curse word, boy." I thought you said something.
Right.
I said, "You mean to tell me you whooped me?"
Yeah. You didn't even ask me the word, huh?
Wow.
Now you see why I talk what I talk about when I talk about parenting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
it's over.
Crazy.
Yes.
Oh,
That's how good conversations is, man.
And I ain't even cuss.
You didn't cuss not one time. You better go in.
You had a couple in you.
Yeah.
Indeed.
It's something. It's just stirring up in
Stirring
it.
up in his belly.
Yeah.
Pray it down.
Maybe it's that vinegar from the cucumber.
You know what? You even blame it on.
Tell that vinegar anointed.
It surely is. It will not steer you wrong.
Yes, sir. It cleaned me out.
But there you have it, man, with the underground, man. I'm telling you, we've enjoyed this, man. I've really enjoyed this conversation and this topic. So listen, let everybody know that, man. Listen, we've been in the underground, man, and I'm telling you right now, y'all need to be here next week, all right? So listen, I'm your boy, Severus the Artist. I'm your brother, I'm your nephew, I'm your cousin, but I ain't your daddy.
And I'm your boy, Big Win, your ultimate entertainer. Sometimes turn my mic off.
And it's Lady Angie, still here for it.
All of it.
All of it.
And it's your boy Mario, the Silent Assassin.
Yeah. And we out of here. Peace.
Bye.
Well, that was good, though. I like that.